is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm
Oh,
married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler. Man, them fireplace Cheetos.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, man. They're pretty amazing.
It's a secret passed down from Haug to Haug. I'm an Allen, but I still got it because my mom's a Haug.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to tell us what it is? Or
I can't.
We can't just come into the show like this and not talk about it.
Just know that Jake has had him.
Yes.
He's one of the few people that I know that I've ever granted the honor of having fireplace Cheetos because it's a big deal.
It is. It's an honor. It's a very important.
I had to plan ahead
moment.
too because you don't have a fireplace, so I had to find a fireplace.
Yeah, that was a little awkward.
It's a thing. It's a thing, you guys. You know, and here's the thing: is I'm never gonna tell the recipe on the air because then all of you will be like, "Oh, we had fireplace Cheetos the other day. Did you have?" And it's gonna be a TikTok thing.
Yeah,
and
we had the same thing happen with the guitar turkeys. Same thing.
Right. What I need you guys to understand right now is that we are right now saying that Star Wars is the new Star Trek.
Jesus.
So
I don't know about that.
bite that one off.
Depending on who you talk to, they're both terrible. So.
Shove it up your quartering.
You know what, man? I'm so pissed that Star Trek became political. Like it went woke. It was never ever political before. It just became political now.
Well, the thing is, okay, so
despite the fact that the story is about peacekeeping missions from the planet of the Federation of Planets.
Let's talk about this for a second. Gene Roddenberry was a womanizer and kind of a dick. He made it impossible for a couple of writers to work ever again because they were mad that he stole their ideas. Most of Star Trek was like kind of an outline, and then these other writers helped flesh out things like the Vulcan, like Leonard Nimoy came up with a lot of Vulcan stuff that Roddenberry just didn't bother with. He was hailed as a genius. I don't know about that. He never directed any episodes of the original series, I don't think, I don't think he ever directed anything. I think he was always a producer, which is fine. I don't think he ever wrote an episode either.
I think this is the most we have ever talked about Star Trek on this podcast.
Well,
because I've never really got into Star Trek. I was never a Star Trek
for
guy.
some reason, like
My dad liked it.
people in Star Trek will never blame Roddenberry for what Star Trek has become. Which, fair enough, he died a while ago. It was in the 90s, I think. Lucas is still around.
The joke is that it's always been political.
Right.
They're peacekeepers.
Right, but to say that.
We're getting way off topic.
Talk about off topic.
Yeah.
Start with fireplace Cheetos and end up with my nose.
Well, fireplace
up Star Trek's
Cheetos are
butt.
so good they do that to you. Your brain goes in different directions.
It almost makes you trip.
And you think about things differently. Yeah, it's almost like a psychedelic.
Look, there's not much to do in the fjords. Let's move on.
I had a burp.
Gross.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today.
You had to
especially
move the mic away because after fireplace Cheetos, the next 4 burps are fiery.
Shut up about it, man.
Fire
we get
comes
it.
out
They're
of your
great, and we'll never share that with the world. Anyway, we have a lot to get to, including the finale of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh,
I was
pizza time.
Look, fuck it.
Fuck you guys.
Dude, you and I have talked about this. There's no stakes, so it doesn't matter. But I will say, I caught up on everything yesterday.
Me too.
We're recording this on Saturday.
Mm.
It was okay. For me, it was fine. It was okay. It was a pretty good cap on it. Now,
it's fine.
as someone who has been against this series
fucking heathen
for a long time,
yeah,
who still is, like, there are a few episodes where I really like. Let's just say it this way: I didn't care about Obi-Wan.
So all of a sudden you're a critic, huh?
No, I'm just saying that I never
continue with your
bullshit
review.
Shut up. As good as Ewan McGregor is, this for me, this was Darth Vader's show, and it was more appealing when Darth Vader was on screen. Just for me.
Fair.
But I think Ewan McGregor is great, and I think it was an okay finale.
Hello there.
That pissed me off.
Why?
Why the fuck is he talking to Luke?
He's not talking to him. He's giving him the ship, and then he's going away.
Yeah, but he's still acknowledged
Oh,
him.
for fuck's sake! When you were a little kid, if a dude came by your house and was like a friend of like your parents,
or somebody
and you saw him once when you were 8 years old, would you remember him 10 years later?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
Nobody forgets that beautiful face.
Oh my fucking god!
No, I know. I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you.
For me,
How did you feel about it?
Oh, for me, it was everything that I wanted. Everything that it was able to evoke the feeling that I got when I was a kid watching the original trilogy. And yes, a little bit the feeling I got when I was an adult watching the sequel or the prequel trilogy. And it kind of didn't ruin anything about A New Hope for me. In fact, it expanded everything. It expanded. When you jump from Revenge of the Sith to A New Hope, you got to understand, Lucas had no idea about these. He likes to say that he had a 9-part. Shut the fuck up. He had one movie. Okay? And then after that, they were like, hey, keep churning them out. So then he created all this other the other mythology of it, right?
Yeah.
And then he started saying that blah, blah, shut the hell up, okay? It wasn't a thing from the beginning. Anyway, but if you jump from Revenge of the Sith to A New Hope, there's a lot of gap there, which, as Jake said, and rightly so, we don't necessarily need to know.
Yeah.
But as somebody who was weaned on the original trilogy and still found some goodness in the prequel trilogy, it was great to see Hayden. I loved the makeup job that they did at the end so that he could be that. Remember how we talked about like how the fuck are you going to retcon that or whatever? Like, because he's playing Darth Vader, but clearly it's James Earl Jones doing the voice. I loved that workaround. That fucking right around was like, well, we're going to break his helmet open. Oops, now he can't talk like James Earl Jones because that's a vocoder.
Yeah. That
was great. And he did such a good job just being like pissed. He does what is it? Simmering anger and hate better than anybody, dude. And just the way that Obi-Wan reacted in that final battle where he just kicked fucking Darth Vader's ass. And it expanded so much because you understand. We talked about it on the podcast a couple weeks ago. Like, I was saying off the air how he's such an extra little bitch. Yeah. And you were like, that's what makes him a great villain. But you're right.
Yeah, it's true because he can't just beat Obi-Wan. He has to beat him, slap the ground, create a giant crater, and throw a mountain of rocks on top of him and bury him. That's the level that he has to go. And he's such a fucking edgelord, and I love it. Because the part where he cuts open the helmet, and the great line of, "You didn't kill Anakin, Obi-Wan, I did." I'm like, oh my god, dude, you fucking emo bitch.
No,
like,
but listen,
but that's what I love about him. That's what makes him such a good villain.
But doesn't that make what Obi-Wan tells Luke in A New Hope a lot less worse than an outright lie? When you think about it, think about what he tells Luke now.
Yeah, I get it. I understand how that makes it better.
Doesn't that make it nicer for Obi-Wan?
Even Vader himself said Anakin died. Like, the Anakin is gone.
Darth Vader betrayed and murdered your father.
Yeah.
He did. From a certain point, from Obi-Wan's point of view, you did. And by the way, I want fucking super points because I remember a couple weeks ago when we were talking about the possibility of Qui-Gon Jinn coming back, and you went off on how stupid it would be to pay all that money to have him on a soundstage like for one day, and look who shows up at the fucking very end. Fucking Qui-Gon fucking Jinn, dude. What did I say? I knew that was going to wrap up like that. And here's the thing. Unless you want to show me nothing but Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan doing something completely unrelated to the Skywalkers, I don't want a season 2. You fucking heard me? It better be something that has nothing to do with the Skywalkers. Now, it obviously won't have any stakes because he still makes it back at some point to appear in New Hope. I understand that. But you know what? You did this show in such a way that was good enough that I was able to suspend my disbelief that there were no stakes. But Jake is right. I cannot argue there are no stakes.
Especially the fact that they announced that what's her name? The
Reva show.
The Reva show, yeah.
She did a great job, but What did we talk about off the air? Okay, Roken, I think is his name, right? The pilot. The pilot of the ship that's...
Yeah, Roken, yeah.
Okay, now Obi-Wan says... Now, Roken's a great character to me.
O'Shea Jackson Jr. is the actor. That's, his character.
To me, that's a great character in the Star Wars universe, but here's the problem with it being a prequel. We've never seen or heard any evidence of a Roken down the line, and we have how many years... decades of Star Wars.
I think they're going to explain that away because I wouldn't be surprised if he isn't in Andor.
That's fair, but doesn't that mean he just died or whatever, or maybe didn't make any contribution other than dying for the cause?
Yeah, and that should just be a thing too. Yeah,
but
it should just be.
That's why
I met that guy once. He's dead now. Like
that's why I'm kind of against the Reva thing because you and I talked about this.
But you can't announce.
It doesn't matter what
show.
she does because it can't have any effect on the Star Wars universe because we haven't seen it.
But not only that, you've committed to this character having a spin-off show. So now I know that she doesn't die in this, unless you're going to do the story of her being a youngling and becoming. This
I could see that would be a good show for me.
I don't
me either.
fucking care.
But I would rather see that.
This is what I'm saying. This is the problem, and I've been saying this ever since Disney did this with.
Hey, I gotta get a sugar wiper.
Oh my gosh! But I've been saying this ever since Disney made this show happen. Is they got to keep doing the same thing over, where every character. Oh, you like them? Well, let's give us 3 hours of backstory or 6 hours of backstory on this character, and it's like. And I said it in the first time we talked about Kenobi. It just like we've talked about so many times, and even though I am excited for Andor, it still goes back to the thing of like Star Wars spends too much time in the past. We need to start making new, more interesting stories, and I think every Star Wars fan would say that like we're done. We're done with the Skywalker shit. Like, let's just move on and do other stuff.
You want to know why Rogue One worked so well?
Because there's no Jedi, there's no Skywalkers.
Well, that
until the end.
But also, even though we know the stakes and we know we know this, it was still the way that they did it. It was still really heartbreaking to see that pretty much everybody died.
And you're right. It's also just seeing regular people. I want to see regular people live in this world.
Yes,
and deal
not
with
exceptional fucking princesses and
fucking
shit.
Space wizard monks, like
fucking turds.
But hey, I will watch.
Hey, that's Star Trek for you.
I'm not above those. I'm not above watching those movies, but make them with new characters.
Listen, if Star Trek wants to live and die by the lightsaber and the Jedi and the
Star
Klingon,
then
so be it.
I got what you're saying.
I'm just trying to generate clicks.
Oh, I was just trying to save you.
I'm just trying to do what every other fuckstick does.
Overall, I agree. I think the fight was fun. I liked, although it was cheesy and silly.
What?
Listen.
You son
Listen,
of a bitch. That's
what makes Star Wars great. And so when he's hearing all the voices and he pushes off the rocks, I love that a lot. As cheesy as it was.
You fucker. I was kind of talking to both of you at that point.
Talking to my dog and me?
Yeah, a little bit.
No, but
it does get tiresome. The cliche of like, I'm almost done.
Let me be clear.
Sorry.
I'm not saying cheesy in a derogatory way. I'm saying cheesy in a good way.
Sounded derogatory.
Like you could look at the first Avengers, and you know that circular shot with all of them? It's kind of cheesy and campy, but at the same time, it's amazing, right? You love it. I still get goosebumps when I see it. I still love those moments.
But that was literally a moment for like longtime comic fans to be like, remember how we always said that you were going to see this eventually? Look, here it is, you little pieces of shit.
But you know what I mean? It's like cheesy isn't always a bad thing.
No.
And I think that scene was really cool. And in terms of the...
I get what you're saying. I mean, enough Captain Kirk. Let's move on past that Star Wars.
Shut up. Stop it right now.
Stop it.
It's those freaking fireplace Cheetos, man. They're messing with your head.
Woo!
You took too many.
I ate too many fireplace Cheetos.
I ate a whole bag.
I ate a whole bag. And here's the thing. These are not like the bags you buy at the grocery store. These are trash bags. So one bag is a full trash bag. We're talking 40-gallon industrial, motherfucker, because they're heavy.
Again, I love talking about this because we have two perspectives on Star Wars. Because we
talked about this, yeah.
When we were talking about it before I watched it, about just like how different we are about what I want from Star Wars versus what you want from Star Wars. But at the same time, that's what's so cool about Star Wars. Is it's so big, you can have both.
Yeah.
And enjoy both.
I do. I think that is one of the best parts. Hang on.
Jeez.
Excuse me. Gassy. I think that's one of the best parts of our show and whatnot is that different perspective, because I always forget that you have a completely different. Because
you forget because of the generation. Because I grew up, like I said, I grew up with the prequels. You grew up with the original trilogy.
Right.
And we both know the original trilogy is miles
right.
above the prequels.
Couple things. I'm about 20 years older than Jake, but he's already more mature than I am. And we also have very similar attitudes about other movies like RoboCop, like we have the same love of those things. So when we get to Star Wars, I always forget that it's not just the same old. It's not the same old me and him just let's walk hand in hand down Rainbow Road and talk about this thing because we both love it so much. Yeah. It's, no, I'm going to go down this dark path, my friend. And I'm like, we'll see you later, Sith Lord. I'm going to go down this way, which is what leads to the good, the Jedi. Because I love Star Wars.
Yes. Well.
No, but that's the thing is I think without that difference of perspective, because we do agree on a lot of stuff, I think it's good that we're able to like disagree on something like Star Wars, because it's like, yeah,
and honestly,
such a bigger part of my life.
Honestly, I understand,
I think.
And in that perspective, also gives me a different another lens for how you feel about it. Because you're right, when your Obi-Wan versus Vader fight in the first Star Wars was anticlimactic because Obi-Wan didn't really fight him. Obi-Wan just said, if you kill me, you're going to make Luke stronger. It's pretty much what he said.
Yeah, well, they hit sticks a couple times.
But yeah, they had a little bit of a fight. But
did you just say sticks? That's a goddamn lightsaber. Okay. Jeez.
But
they were sticks when they filmed it,
the
asshole.
effects weren't there yet, but it's also 1977, everybody. But that's what I mean. It's not a fight, so I can understand your perspective being like, oh, fuck yes, we actually get to see Vader and Kenobi like legit have a fight.
And I never thought I needed that. I mean, I'm not going to say I was sitting around going, man, you know what I'm missing from Star Wars is I want to see a good old-fashioned knockdown, drag-out, Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I never thought that.
Here's another point to you.
But I'm glad I got to see it.
Here's another point to you.
Yeah.
That fight sequence makes Star Wars better. It makes A New Hope better because it shows you that Kenobi could fight Vader if he wanted. He could have killed him. He could have killed him, and he could have killed him twice, and he didn't do it. Mm-hmm. And then in the third confrontation, he's old, he's tired, he's like, just fucking kill me, Vader. This is what you wanted, just kill me. And when you do that, just realize it's going to motivate this kid stronger, and he will beat you. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the whole thing. Because, again, how you agree, I'm agreeing with you. I think this show does a really good job of bridging the prequels.
Yes.
And I think it does a really good job of making both movies better.
And it's not
I think it makes episode 3 and 4 better.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily, I agree with you a lot on the whole, not the futility as too strong of a word, but you're right. A lot of it is kind of also Rand type stuff. Like, listen, we know that Obi-Wan shows up with all of his limbs, all of his eyes, and his tongue, and his, I mean, he's not, we know this.
We know neither of them die after this fight.
We know that in episode 4 that he shows up relatively intact, and we know, so yeah, you're right.
But to my other point, I didn't need it. I didn't need this show to show me that.
You're right, but did we also need, to your point, did we need the prequel series? Did we need the prequel trilogy?
No,
we probably didn't, but I enjoyed, it makes Darth Vader such a better villain and his role in the Star Wars mythos so much more of a powerful fucking thing, because it's just
shit
like
out of Reva with his hands.
It's just
like his mind power. He just uses the Force. He doesn't even fucking bother swinging.
When you think about how much his rage fueled him and how ridiculous his rage really was, it does make him a better villain. And you see why at the start of A New Hope he's the most feared man in the universe, And
that's another thing too, which makes this a good thing, where he says the edgelord, like, you didn't kill me, Obi-Wan, I did, or you didn't kill Anakin, I did.
Yeah.
In that moment, Vader knows that he's not going to die. He knows that Obi-Wan will leave him because he knows that he won't kill him. And he just says, and you know what? Deep down, I think that's what Vader wanted. I think Vader kind of wanted Obi-Wan to kill him to finally say that I made you go to the limit you wouldn't go. I made you do the thing you wouldn't do. It'd be like if the Joker
and to say
if
that
the Joker had Batman kill him,
to say that his existence is awful and he wants to die is probably an understatement.
Again, back to my points. As good as that is, and as much as I like it, it's totally unnecessary. But
you're right.
Back to Disney's point,
mm-hmm.
I can understand that. That's not true. Take away the points for Disney because I'm not saying it's insulting anybody's intelligence, but I'm saying that I feel like they need a justification to milk this franchise, so then they have to explain everything to you, even though most normal people have the media literacy to be like, those two have a past. And this guy clearly isn't fighting him.
I am
you know what I mean? So
yeah,
like, listen.
Sorry.
In the first Star Wars, when they have that confrontation, I think most people can draw from that they have a history together.
Of course.
And Obi-Wan is holding back and not willing to fight him.
Yeah,
but the show
that's very clear.
But this show has to have this big fight with them together to show that Obi-Wan could kill Vader if he could, but he won't. You know what I mean? That also being said, point back to you, it's still fucking cool. I enjoyed it when I saw it.
It was still fucking rad as fuck, dude. You know that they trained months for that.
And look, at the end of the day, I am glad that Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen got their closure for these characters.
I'm a dumbass. I'm one of those dumbasses who likes to see shit explained. Like, I love, like, okay, in Dune, they refer to the Butlerian Jihad, which is like 10,000 years before any of the events of Dune.
Yeah.
And Brian
wasn't it his kid?
His son, Frank Herbert's son Brian, found all of his notes, and
we talked about it on the show,
right? I loved reading those books, even though there was probably fans who were like, didn't need it. Like, yeah, maybe not, but I think it was really fucking cool, and I enjoyed it. So fuck you.
And hey,
God, I want some more sugar wafers. What the fuck? Am I diabetic?
Jesus.
I'm sorry. They're just sitting over there, and I can't get up and get them without getting off the air, and I don't want to do it. Sorry.
You are something else. Well, I think at the end of the day, that's great that you like that, and I'm okay with you liking that. I'm not against the look. I didn't like the prequels.
Are you talking about sugar wafers?
No, I'm talking about Star Wars.
Oh.
But I'm just the kind of person that, and it's so funny because again, as I'm doing something creatively, I'm myself going backwards in my own lore.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Shut up. In my own lore.
It's like me talking about my music.
I'll never get to get my point across.
Sorry.
You
Continue.
son of a bitch.
I'm done. Sorry.
Are you done?
Yes.
Are you positive? Anything else? I forgot my point.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Off into the ether. It's gone.
Go listen back to the recording.
No, I'm not going to stop the recording. I appreciate that you like the prequel stuff, but for me, and I make fun of myself creatively because I'm like myself going backwards in time in my own lore of like doing shit or whatever. But I inherently don't like prequels because, as I've said on the show before, I think, and again, this is my perception. This isn't George Lucas or anything else. I think it's better if when somebody makes something, writes a story, makes a movie, whatever, leave a lot, have everything you want to say on the table, but leave some ambiguity, yeah, and have
let's move forward with the stories. Why are we moving backwards?
Yes, and again, that's me as an artist,
except for like a flashback, maybe.
That's me as a creative person, and I've talked about this. For me, the beauty of creativity, the beauty of anybody making any art, is the idea that someone else's idea is not necessarily inspiring them, but it's also the idea of like they can make their own stories in that idea and be like, oh yeah, well, like tell their own stories and believe their own thing. And it's like
Fleetwood Mac says, you can go your own way.
Exactly. It's like when you're mashing your action figures together.
What?
So overall, as a series, I thought it was again for me probably a different rating for you. But I think we should incorporate the what's in my mouth. Sound effects.
Oh, sure. I give it a
for our review. So again, according to the what's in my mouth rating scale, if we really don't like something, it's
You are nothing but garbage, yeah. Nothing but garbage, Gaina.
If we like something and it's okay, we're like, it's
Nice.
it's not bad. But if we really fucking love something, it's
Yes.
And so Tyler gives Obi-Wan Kenobi the miniseries a
Yes. Yeah, you know I do.
And me, I'm more in the middle. I'm gonna say
Nice.
Again, you and I have different.
It's appropriate that both drops were made by like the people who had them.
Yeah, right. What? All right, so let's move on to Miss Marvel.
Will never fail to make me laugh.
Also, yeah, we did miss our regular scheduled show last week, so we hadn't had a chance to talk about episode 2. Somebody had to celebrate a holiday that not everybody celebrates and make a podcast about.
You know, hey, why can't Father's Day be more inclusive?
Jesus. All right. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I really am.
Well, maybe we'll have you on a special stepdad guest.
Yeah.
Have a stepdad perspective on being a dad. Anyway.
Don't do it. You will literally feel like
you
fucked everything up. That's my perspective.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this to be a ironic or anything, but stepdads are dads too. Come on,
every year on their birthdays.
Moving on.
I just want to be like,
Moving on.
I'm really sorry.
Kill the bit.
I'm glad to see you're so successful despite my interference.
I'm yelling you to kill the bit because, damn it, you need to have a little bit more self-respect.
No, I did a better job than most. Yeah, but yes.
So
I'm being self-deprecating.
Episode 2, we saw Kamala using her powers more by saving this kid.
I think it worked better for me that I saw 2 and 3 back to back because I missed it. I forgot. I just everything going on. I went out of town last weekend, so I didn't see episode 2 until Wednesday this week, which I could watch 2 and 3 at the same time. So it actually, I think, might have lent better perspective to me.
Yeah. Well, I like the
second. I know
second.
you said off the air that you weren't super.
Well, no, because of the 3 shows that we're watching currently now, 2 shows that we're watching currently, I prefer when I watched all the 3 shows together. I said Miss Marvel was the weakest, but that's no detriment to the show.
That's right. Sorry. It's because Obi-Wan and the boys were both so fucking ridiculous.
Right, and that's not the show's fault because one show is in its 3rd season, and this show is just kind of figuring out, finding its footing.
I like Miss Marvel.
No, I did too. I thought episode 2 was great in giving a little bit more of her powers and showing her actually be heroic and save that kid. But then you see a really great moment of her being a kid herself where she can't hold her construct together very well, and it falls, and the kid almost falls again, but she manages to catch him one more time, which was cool.
She has to ruin her brother's wedding to save their lives.
That's episode 3. Well, yeah, but we'll get there.
Whatever.
No, I want to just say one thing.
Okay.
I still don't understand, and I know that in episode 3 we're getting more of that explanation a little bit about where her powers come from, but I still don't understand watching this movie the show how you cannot just use stretchy arms. Like, even in the training montage, she's making platforms and shit, I'm like, you could cut that and just make her, like, using her fucking arms like she would in the comics. I really don't understand why they didn't give her the stretchy. In the 3rd episode, she punches someone like she would if she had the stretchy fist. So I'm like, what is the point of this? And I think it really is because they really want nothing to do with the Inhumans. They want fucking nothing to do with that shit. Even though they had Blackagar Boltagon in Doctor Strange, but they're like, I don't know.
You just shut your fucking mouth.
Well, what do you think? Because you agree with me, right? Like it doesn't seem like there's a reason yet for this. And I'm sure they'll explain it.
The problem is that despite the fact that Iron Man... See, I never looked at Iron Man as a C-lister or a B-lister like a lot of people do. Like,
the mainstream
MCU,
would, yeah.
Before MCU somehow took off with a B-lister like Iron Man. Like, what do you mean B-lister? He's a fucking founding member of the Avengers, you fucking piece of shit.
But yeah, he's not like Spider-Man or... You know what I mean? Like, he's not
I get it.
Outside of comic book readers, he's not a big name.
True. And you know what? When it comes to it, the Inhumans are like D or E listers, bro.
I don't give 2 shits about the Inhumans.
I fucking know you don't. And that's unfortunate because the fucking Inhumans have a rich...
Don't blame me. Blame Marvel. They didn't care about the Inhumans.
You're right about that. I understand that. And that's what pisses me off because the Inhumans are one of the fucking best parts of the goddamn Kirby.
Do you have any Inhumans comics?
The only ones that I have are the later ones when they were trying to make them the X-Men, which is just shit. They're shit books, man. They are shit books. I bought a couple of clearance from Mayhem, and they're just, here's 5 issues of a fucking series that you didn't need to know about. It's called Return of the King, War of Kings. Shut the fuck up.
What I like about Miss Marvel
is
how believable the conversations are.
Yeah.
I will say this about episode 2, maybe. They taught me a lot about world history that I feel like I should have been taught about with what fucking England did to India.
Really? You didn't know that? Have you ever watched Gandhi?
No, I knew about. Well, I knew that there's a reason why a lot of Indian people have a British accent, and I knew that they had done a lot of bad shit to India. I knew, but I didn't know the full extent of what it was.
You should watch Gandhi.
The Ben Kingsley one?
Yeah, and also understand that Gandhi wasn't the saint that you would like to believe.
Nobody is. We don't need to piss on legacies, But I'll piss on yours when you're gone.
We'll talk about pissing on legacies off the air because Gandhi was great, man. Anyway,
I'm kidding. I don't fucking care about Gandhi.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't care about this historical figure that's dead. Why do I care? What are they doing now? Nothing. They're in the ground. Anyway, continue.
Wow. No.
I'm sorry. I can cut that out.
No,
sorry.
You're fine. No, we're fine.
I'm joking.
What I do like is, I was just gonna say that I really enjoyed, when I talked about my racist suck video, I really enjoy learning about other cultures. I really do. It's not just lip service. I do. It's interesting to me to get this insight, and Nakia.
Oh, I totally agree with this show.
Her conversation, with Kamala in the bathroom when she's talking about her hijab, was so. Here's the thing: I have no frame of reference about being a woman. I have no frame of reference about being not white or not brown enough. I have no frame of reference about wearing a religious headdress that sets me apart from most of the population, unfortunately, whatever. I have no frames of reference for any of what she was saying, but can I tell you how relatable it was to me? Anyway?
Yeah. No, and that's what I mean, is I really like that this show is...
I'm as far away from a 16-year-old Pakistani girl who wears a hijab in public.
And this is,
but I related to that.
Right, and this is what we were talking about before, and why this show
misfit.
Why I'm glad that Marvel decided to do this. And you can call it identity politics, sure, but it is identity politics, but it's also, that's what representation is. And representation is showing you of how, I talked about the last episode, about how we're all really the same people in a way. We all mean to do well by our family. We mean to do well by our, whoever, we're with. And despite what God we pray to or whatever, it really shouldn't matter to people.
And it is interesting that, I think that they're showing the women's perspective in what is a fairly male-dominated religion, which is, let's be honest, all of them are male-dominated. That's just the way it is.
That's life. I mean, male-dominated everything. So
Islam does take it to another level. Whether it's Sharia law, like the shit you see with the Taliban in Afghanistan, or the way you see it in this show, which is clearly Americanized a lot. There's behaviors, I guarantee you, that wouldn't...
Well, yeah.
That would probably get you jailed, like in Saudi Arabia or Jordan.
Well, for me too, it's these people that get mad at Lightyear for having a same-sex kiss, but then they're totally fine with any other movie having a straight person kiss. It's the same kind of thing of we're so accustomed to seeing Jewish or Christian families in movies, or maybe just completely agnostic. But I'm saying there's that traditional American Christian background. Yeah. And because I would even say Jewish representation. Well, my point is that you don't see a lot of. We're so accustomed to seeing.
Let's just say it's a special movie, and you'll know that it's a Jewish family if you read about it in the papers. Like, you know what I mean? Like that will be part of the title. That will be part of the description of the movie.
Right.
Is that it's a Jewish
that's not what I'm trying to
family.
say. What I'm trying to say.
No, I know.
At this point,
I'd say you see more waspy.
Yeah. Well, you see more of like a European
white Anglo-Saxon Protestant waspy.
Whatever.
That's what WASP stands for. Do you know that?
My point is, you don't see a lot of Muslim representation in not even just a superhero show, in shows in general.
In general, yeah.
You were so accustomed to seeing more of a
a
European Christian or a Jewish American or whatever the case may be. It's just we don't have a lot of that because I think a lot of it is just who we are as a country. And I feel like we have a lot of very negative stereotypes towards Muslims or people that are from the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is a big problem.
Yeah.
And I think this show is really good at trying to show that, like, again, we're not that different.
No.
At all. And that's why and like you were talking about, that's why it's exciting to learn about new cultures and learn about these things. And
to me, it breaks
I think it's a
down
smart way
barriers.
I think it's smart to weave that into this show and weave that into this character because that's always what the character's been about.
Right. When you're able to relate to somebody, like I said, about the speech with Nakia. Again, that's why I like it because it breaks down a barrier that I didn't know maybe existed but was probably there. It breaks that down. It allows me to relate to somebody who I might have thought was like so different from me. But hey, guess what? They're not that different from me. They're not that different from me at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing to learn.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, it like I said, it's good to see this woven into Kamala, sorry. I'm used to the vice president because the vice president, she has to say Kamala. Mm-hmm. With Kamala. Damn it, I did it again. Did I? I don't know.
Kamala.
Kamala. I'm confused myself. And I really have always liked the only exposure I've had is the Avengers game in this.
Yeah.
But I do like her character, and it why representation matters because maybe there's a Pakistani girl or even just a Pakistani American that doesn't feel like they're represented, and they finally get to see someone. It's the same with Miles Morales, or it's the same with Wonder Woman. You know, these people that don't usually get the spotlight get a chance to have that, and I think that's really cool.
There's an exchange in Shang-Chi, I think, between him and his mom, and she says something like,
Shang-Chi even. Yeah,
she says like something like just like Americans or something, and he says like, you're an American too.
Right.
Or you were born here too, I think. Or
You're
something
still
like.
an American. Yeah, and again, that's what makes us who we are. Is
I don't want
that
anybody.
was literally the idea of our country was a melting pot.
I don't want. Yeah, that's how our country became a thing, and I don't want anybody coming here and thinking they don't belong. Like, I mean, I know this is.
But let's talk about the actual show.
Sure.
Let's talk about the actual episode.
Let's do it.
Of episode 3.
Well, it was good. That's really all I got.
First of all, shout out to Brown Jovi. That's amazing.
That's fucking cool. Yeah, yeah.
And here's what I gotta say.
When I get married, Brown Jovi.
Here's what I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
They fucked up because I get the idea of doing the Bon Jovi song, but why not have the Brown Jovi singer sing it, or somebody from Brown Jovi sing it, or have anybody? You know, it doesn't sound like I don't know.
That is true. I would have liked to hear the Brown Jovi version of it while they were having the fight.
See, that would have made the scene better,
right?
Anyway.
I'm sure somebody said, "Hey, we got the money to pay for it."
Somebody is, yeah. If only there was like an edit. There's got to be an edit somewhere of that. Like somebody
did it online.
Some Pakistani singer should.
Maybe a member of Brown Jovi was like, "Fuck it."
I don't think that's a real band, but
you don't.
Well, there might be, but not this one.
Should
anyway,
they sounded great.
So I do love that. I do love that this show is bringing back Damage Control. Because Damage Control hasn't really been a thing
and
since
they're really
Spider-Man
shitty too. Like
Homecoming.
Yeah, they're really shitty.
Yeah. So
they're a big thing in the comics.
I gotta say that's my least favorite part of the show is Damage Control. I am
well,
more
boo fucking
No, I'm more interested in
why did I react so badly?
I'm more interested in Kamala and her story and trying to figure out who she is. Like I'm much more intrigued by that than I am with the Damage Control stuff. I'm trying to figure out what is her mom, like the dude's mom? What is her thing?
She's a interdimensional being.
She's trying to get the bracelet
to get home.
Okay.
If they had 2, it would be easy. But if they only have 1, that's why it's possible that the sun would burn out or expand and kill us all. That's what they're trying to say.
I definitely missed that part because I was trying.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I have a kid.
Oh, what?
That's my good.
That's
my excuse
pretty good
for
excuse. Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
So again, I would much rather have that than damage control. As much as I thought it was cool that they brought it back, I was just like, whatever. It's just another shady government agency that they're dealing with. But I get it. You got to have a conflict from.
Also, there really is, as far as I know, I could be completely wrong, but even Captain Marvel really doesn't have a rogues gallery. And neither does Photon.
Yeah,
and neither does Miss Marvel.
I think they're gonna develop.
So who's the villain gonna be?
I don't know how they're
a government agency.
Well, but yeah, and I think they'll probably develop it in the Marvel's movie. They'll figure something out with that. But
well, Ronan was a good one, but they had to kill him off. Way to go, MCU.
Wow.
Do we have the Tiki Watiti drop?
Yeah, I saw a movie that's coming out. It's who's directing it?
Tiki Watiti.
Does it feature a woman holding?
It's Thor's weapon.
Yeah, he's pissed about that. Are we good? What's up?
No,
I heard something too.
I'm having some complications in my home right now, so I'm trying to keep an ear out for that. But
gotcha.
you know what, Tyler?
I could write a book about what you don't know.
Well, that's accurate.
Anyway, so the episode itself I thought was strong. I think its buildings are something really cool, and I do like that when God, what's her name?
Episodes?
I can't think of the name of the woman, the interdimensional, the woman that's
Jin. She's a Jin. I don't
yeah.
remember her name either.
But I like that.
I liked how they talked about Kingo and Kingo Senior.
Yeah, and like tying it back to
Did you see that there's
Eternals.
Celestials in the new Thor movie? Oh.
Dude, I've been told. Look, I won't tell you anything because I don't know anything. Because I read a little bit. I started seeing.
Fucking.
No, shut up!
Bitch.
Shut up! Gosh, you always go to so negative.
You guys go so negative so fast.
I looked at that the first. They already had the premiere last week, so the first reviews are up, and all I've heard across the board is phenomenal.
So what do you
but what I was saying is, I've been told that like this is really going to be the jumping off port into the next. They said there's something big at the. I think they said at the.
You shut your fucking bitch mouth! Wow.
That's all I'm saying is they're teasing that it's setting something up pretty huge, and I'm like, well, cool, because I feel like we're kind of in this holding pattern with the MCU.
Me too.
And so it's nice to see like, oh, we're gonna get a glimpse of what's next, what's the jumping off point. Hopefully, if everything goes well.
It gives me a fan bone. It's metaphorical.
I do like the conflict that is happening with Kamala and her family, where like she pulls the fire alarm in the wedding, gets everybody out, has the fights. At one point, she makes the fist and hits the guy when I'm just like, just make it a stretchy arm. Has her fight, she escapes, and then she gets home, and then she has the then her friend, is it Necta, you said? Nakia. Wow, I am terrible at remembering names.
Yeah, you are shitty.
Necta, where the fuck did that come from?
You're like Kamran, getting everybody's name wrong. Except for, just Bruno.
She finds out, she's like, what the fuck, you were the one who saved the kid, why didn't you fucking tell me? And it's like, well, I mean, it's a good idea, you know. Anyway,
well, because the last time we talked about it, you were talking about how she sucked.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it was hard for me to be like, "Hey, that's me, you bitch."
Not the classic. I think she's kind of cool. Well, I think she's shit. And I'm like, all right, well, okay, let's movie. That shows. Anyway, she gets home. But the scene where she talks to her parents after the wedding is sad. It's so sad, and they keep doing so much about how. And that's what's so great about these performances. I think this is a very believable family. Mm-hmm. So when she comes home, you can see the disappointment in her parents. Of like when she said, she's like, just when her mom is giving her an olive branch and like, I'm your mom. Talk to me. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to help you and take care of you. And she wants to do it, but she knows she can't. So it's the whole like I just can't. Mm-hmm. And then the look again. The dude who plays her dad is really good. I like him. Mm-hmm. Like even when he bought the.
I wish he was my dad.
Like when he bought the fucking apple pie at the shop. He's like, they're bad for me, you know?
Yeah.
Again, like when he was dressed up like the Hulk, his fucking disappointed look is good. Because I feel for him. I feel for her. I feel for Kamala, too. Because, again, what the show is really good at is capturing both sides of a relationship between a parent and a child. Where it's like, I've been on both sides. I haven't been on the disappointed side yet. But I have been on the side.
Yet.
I have seen my parents look at me like that.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And I know that I don't mean to break their heart, and I break their heart. You know what I mean? And it's devastating.
Yeah.
And it's devastating.
Yeah.
Are you falling asleep over there?
No.
All right.
Mom's falling asleep.
Whoa. Let's go to something that we talked about as a good show that people should watch. Let's talk about the depravity of The Boys. We gotta mix it up. Maybe now
do you want to take a break and give a better segue than that? That was really terrible.
Let's talk about Herogasm. Why don't we just go to that? I'm just saying we need to mix.
Let's talk about another show that we like.
We got to mix up the order because it's not good going from Miss Marvel to The Boys because they're such different tonally in terms of shows.
Yeah, they are.
Oh yeah. Also, she finds her mask. By the way.
Yeah, Bruno made it for her.
Yeah, that's cool. Just that boy likes her so much. She just doesn't understand.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Anyway. The Boys, Herogasm. This has been hyped up all week by everybody that's involved with the show, being like, "You aren't ready for this. Like, it's gonna be fucked up." And I gotta say, pretty fucked up, but not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
I thought honestly, the whole splitting the guy in half while he was in the penis was probably the most fucked up thing I've seen.
That's
so
what I'm
far.
saying. Is like, I was talking.
A lot of it was sex, and a lot of it was more implied. Which is fine. We don't want to watch. We're not there to watch porn.
Yeah, there's a lot of nudity, but yeah, that's
but most of it's implied.
I don't know. There's a guy that made an icicle and shoved it up a woman's ass. I mean that.
Yeah, well, that's. Do you remember?
And the deep fucked an octopus. Let's get into that.
Did you see the disclaimer at the beginning?
Yeah, that was so funny. Yeah.
Most, if not, let's be honest, you're all gonna hate it. But anything that was made.
Well, the best part is like,
and I get what Jensen Ackles was talking about when he's like, I'm not sure, I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be doing when we filmed that episode.
Well, and then
it was hard to act with what was going on around me.
He said the fucking
almost verbatim.
It says at the end that it was hilariously. They spent too much money.
Yeah.
Hilariously too much money on special effects.
Yes.
Which is even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, but this is the thing about this is why The Boys is my favorite show right now, and definitely one of the best superhero shows I've watched. And this is the thing, The Boys are so good that it's really starting to make me not to like the Disney Plus shows. Because like an episode like Herogasm, you have the depravity and the disgustingness of it, but at the same time, it's still a solid episode within the season, and it's still there's still character arcs. There's still before we even get to the Herogasm stuff, the character work they do with Homelander, where he has the fucking Norman Osborn Green Goblin discussion in the mirror,
awesome,
which was great.
Pants on fire, you know.
You're seeing that this man is.
I'm really glad that he's not really a jerk, like he was accused of being, because he's a really good actor, and I mean, you can't really get anybody else to play that part.
But that's what I mean.
It's so good.
That's what I love too. Is it really continues his narcissism, and it shows you that this is what happens. And the creators themselves said that he's supposed to be Trump in this season. And you're seeing this is what happens to people
Did you see all the fucking right wingers who are
we'll get to that. Let me just finish this.
Good.
But
I'm glad you saw it. All right.
But to see him be a child, like you're saying, pants on fire, you know, like that's a child. Because this guy never grew up, because he was in a lab his whole life, and then he becomes the most popular superhero on the planet.
And the most powerful.
So he can get whatever he wants. It doesn't matter. He doesn't live life with consequences. So now you're starting to see him finally embrace being the villain and being like, who fucking cares? Who's going to stop you? And that's extremely terrifying to see that this man is completely unhinged. And it's amazing character work by Anthony Starr. It's just fantastic.
You know who my favorite character on the show right now is?
Mother's Milk?
Ashley.
I was just saying. Well, MM is my favorite.
She has just, like, watching a normal human being, like, just embrace the fucking.
That these people are shitheads? Yeah.
No. I mean, she's embracing the downfall of everything, but with like a smile on her face. She's setting herself on fire with glee.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
Yes, and that's kind of a cool character arc to see, because especially when she started off as being, she was Madeline's assistant. And
Yeah.
I still remember that fucking awful goddamn scene where he fucking breaks the fucking eardrums of that blind
Oh my god.
superhero guy.
Now you're just some fucking blind guy. I was like, Jesus.
Right? It's horrifying, because what she's doing is, I mean, she's literally reaching the depths of like human behavior and what's
she's
acceptable.
So, like, nonchalant about people dying too.
But the fact of but the character arc is so true to you're watching a human being lose their fucking mind. And
Yeah.
she's doing it with glee, and it's so knowing, obviously it's fake.
yeah.
So knowing that, obviously seeing this in real life would be terrifying. You'd want to get that person help, and I hope she does end up, coming out of it. But I will say this: it's one of the more satisfying arcs to see thus far this season, because thus far, up until this season, she's been kind of mousy and unsure, and now she's like fucking that dude in the ass with like the fucking giant dildo and shit.
Did your brain get fucked by
And
stupid?
she's yanking out her hair for sexual pleasure now, apparently. And she fucking
we
goes
forgot-
back in
we
A
forgot-
Train, which is awesome.
we forgot
the way she did
to
it.
we forgot to rank, or we forgot to rate Miss Marvel.
I give it a yes. Still, I'm excited to see. Yeah, I'm excited to still see what's coming up. I hope that I like that they've tied it a lot to the MCU larger, and by using the Eternals, which validates it a lot. Because I think it's getting a bad shaft. Fuck all you who don't like the Eternals.
Including me.
Yeah, including you, fucko.
I'll agree with you.
Yes!
I really enjoyed that episode. Anyway, back to the boys. No, I agree. Ashley's arc's been great. I think, and again, that's why this show is my favorite, is because a lot of these characters are believable in a sense that they go on these arcs where A-Train is a character I talked to you about, how I really liked what they did with him, because he goes from being he goes
from being irredeemable
he's the catalyst
to
for this,
redeeming himself.
He goes from being the catalyst of the show for eviscerating a woman.
Yes.
And no remorse about it. And then you see him be a dickhead to Huey, and you like don't like him.
Yeah.
But then you see him being mistreated, and then you see him go where because he's losing himself because he can't really run anymore because of a heart condition, because of all the compound V he was pumping into himself. And then he exposes Stormfront, so then you like him again, and then you're going with him again, and then he gets supersonic killed, so you're like, fuck you. But then you realize, because here's what my thought was. I don't know if I said it on the show, but I was watching, I was like, oh, he's gonna get up close with Homelander, so then Homelander will throw him a bone and let him do the. So he was, in a way, he was doing it for his the whole culture thing that he was doing, and he was doing it for his community. And,
He was giving one thing up.
He was trying to say, hey, can we?
He had one card to play.
He's like, hey, yeah, this is all I can do, so I can fucking get rid of this racist. And so I understand that in a way, but. And maybe he didn't even think that Homelander was going to fucking brutally murder him like he did.
Come on.
Maybe, I don't know. But, and then to see him finally get that moment, and then we didn't get to talk about it, but we had the, what was it? It's Blue Hawk, right? Yeah. Blue Hawk shows up to apologize.
I got to go find somebody's salad to toss.
He shows up, he agrees to do an apology. And then he's saying that I'm racist makes you racist. When he says that, I'm like, oh my god, I've seen those comments.
Oh, dude, the fucking news thing at the end when he's like, it just breaks your heart. You're trying to help a community, and then Antifa shows up, and I was just, I almost threw my fucking TV through the goddamn window, dude.
That's why I hate this show, but I love it because it's such an amazing satire.
Yeah.
And well, and even that before that, when he was Soup's Matter, All Lives Matter, Soup Lives Matter, and so we already are like, fuck this asshole. And so what happens to him in this episode? Jesus. But again,
just desserts, bitch.
This is what I mean. This show has to go to the level of taking our twisted reality, being like, look, you're mad at A-Train, but he did it to stop guys like this, and then it blows up in his face and paralyzes his brother. So then when we get to Herogasm, and when he sees Huey, he actually feels remorse.
Yeah.
When he was like, you never said sorry for that. You never told me sorry ever. And then
This was also after Ashley tore him a new one.
Yeah. Yeah, she said fuck you because she's like...
Yeah, she yanked her hair out and like it came, I think.
Yeah.
It's like...
So then he shows up and you see Huey saying you never said sorry, and he just goes...
What Ashley's become is not attractive in
but
the show.
You know what's funny about
that?
You know what's funny in that
real.
exchange is how what I love about The Boys is we had a serious character moment immediately get undercutted by Huey.
Yeah.
Because he just was like, damn it, I wanted to fucking punch you, and I'm going to punch you anyway. Even though I respect that you did that, I'm still going to fucking punch you. But and that's another thing. We talk about this, media literacy. He doesn't say that. He can convey that that emotion is conveyed to you.
But here's the other thing too
and that's what I love is the subtlety in the brashness.
I thought for a second I was like, oh shit! Now A-Train knows that, there's that temporary V because obviously how
Yeah, because he's like, how the fuck did you hit me?
Yeah, how right. But then by the end of it, Homelander knows. So
anyway,
but I really liked how they showed it. Not how they showed when they were shooting it up, like how much they looked like drug addicts.
Yeah, me too. I told that to Ashley when we watched it. I was like, I like that they look like heroin addicts. Like because again,
nobody is redeemable in this show. Let's be honest.
No.
Maybe Starlight.
Starlight is the only good person.
Maybe, yeah. But everybody else is a worthless fucking crook and a scumbag.
No, that's not true. I think MM is a good guy too.
I think he wants to be, but he's done some bad shit in the past.
I like it when him and Starlight are together because I think they have a good dynamic of being like the
Right.
only two good people in this show.
You know what relationship I like the most?
What?
Is Kimiko? Is it Kimiko?
And Frenchie.
Frenchie.
Yeah.
Oh my
no,
god.
take that back.
I love.
We're totally wrong. We're totally wrong.
I love seeing two broken people find each other. What?
The main characters are the worst people.
Yeah.
Homelander, Butcher. Now we're seeing Huey turn into the Huey of like he's lying, he's self-indulgent. But
willing to cross lines.
But at the same time, all of these characters, other than Homelander, he's pretty evil right away.
Yeah.
But other than Homelander, Butcher and Huey, you can see why they go to the lengths that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because on one side, Butcher, you took his wife, you took a chance he had at family and happiness, and Huey on the other side is like, I get beat up all the fucking time. I get bullied. I don't have any power. Now I have power. So like I love seeing those two. And again, it makes sense why they would be
like I said, like
shit.
the character, the Ashley character that I keep talking about, like it's
like
not,
you said, Ashley's a great example.
It's not attractive what she's turning into by any means, and it's not desirable. Like if you're watching the show and like I aspire to that, you need some help. Yeah. Call a mental health professional. But
she's a girl boss, dude.
But it is believable.
Yeah, it
under
is.
the circumstances and what you've seen her go through throughout 3 seasons.
I think that's what.
Fuck yes, dude.
I think that's what makes what made the comic so appealing. And I've said this.
She's using her power when she can, because she can never do it around Homelander.
I've said this multiple times. Yes, I believe the TV show is better than the comic. But I think that's what's always attracted people to this property is whether it be the comic or the TV show is. It's so, while over the top and hyper violent, it's still extremely true. Like a lot of what's happening in this show is stuff that's exactly happening in our real life. Like the fucking Pepsi commercial they did.
Oh my!
They started this with
God,
Imagine,
yes.
dude. They started this with them singing Imagine.
And Patton Oswalt and all those other comedians. Oh, that was great.
I've just been thinking like,
you know what,
about stuff, and then he just starts singing it.
I have a newfound you know who got some serious street cred was fucking Ashton and Mila when they appeared in it.
Yeah.
They just got some serious street cred by being one of those people asked. You knew Patton was going to be there.
Yeah.
Was it Rose Byrne?
Elizabeth Banks.
Who else? I don't know. A lot of people. But yeah, funny as shit.
That was so good. And again,
God,
that's just before we even get to and then we finally get to Herogasm. Which I love the fact that the orgy is happening at the house of the Wonder Twins analog. Yeah. Like that's hilarious that it's the TNT people. And also we find out that the deal is simple: is we give the rest of Payback to Soldier Boy, he'll kill Homelander,
right,
and then we'll be done with it. We had that conversation where Homelander talks or Soldier Boy talks about how great Cosby was.
That fucking whole sequence was great. You never see the cause Well, that's a lot to unpack there, dude.
Yeah.
Where do I start?
Or my thing is like, well, we got to find out where you are. You know what about GPS or Bluetooth,
you made
the internet?
Those words up.
You made all that up.
No, I really didn't.
Also, I love the thing when they talk about.
He's doing a great job
when they bring in the
benzo,
when they bring in the painkillers or the benzos, and he crushes them up and is snorting them. He makes a line about this. This is how we got through whatever, and that's true. That's what people don't realize about war. The Nazis were on meth.
Yeah.
So like it was very common.
That's why they were winning for so long.
Yeah, because they wouldn't sleep.
Exactly. Yeah, they didn't need to.
But that's
of course humans can't sustain that for very long without dying.
That's another thing that I love about The Boys is how it is a satire in our current culture, but it also uses elements of alternate history to impact that of like but also be true, being like, yeah, why wouldn't the soldiers be on fucking meth?
Yeah,
why not?
Keep them awake.
Keep them awake. Keep them.
God damn it!
You don't think
America,
Adolf Hitler, the craziest, most sadistic, evil person that ever lived, you don't think that he wouldn't be like, fuck it, put him on meth, keep him up all night. Who cares? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I mean. Is like little smart things like that. That's just kind of a throwaway line that I picked up on. Of like, oh yeah, they used to soldiers used to be on drugs all the time.
Used to pee on drugs.
Be on drugs. Also, and
I'm gonna take a piss on this joint.
All he wanted was painkillers and a Jack Daniels. He's like, yeah, these are real men.
Nobody also got burgers and stuff.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I love how they threw a goddamn Rick and Morty reference in there. Did you notice that?
No, they're not.
What do you mean
sauce.
they don't have the chopped sake sauce anymore?
Yeah.
They just don't make it anymore. Just like
the Saskatchewan.
Right?
Yeah.
How fucking great is that, dude? That's why this show is fucking so great. They threw a reference to a real sauce.
So let's get to the Herogasm. So everybody's going to Herogasm because Deep was sent there to scope it out.
I need to give my asshole a breather.
Because Homelander figures out that so he's going after the members of the Payback. So we're gonna find out.
Well, the Deep finds out.
Well, yeah, with the surveillance thing, and they make a decision. So he's like, "Hey, go find them, talk to them." They don't know it's Herogasm. So he shows up. And he's like, "Oh my god, it's Herogasm!" Because we just see all these people having this big orgy and just fucking all over, which is like the comics.
There's things in going into all sorts of manners of things going into all manners of orifice.
The Deep fucks an octopus in this episode.
Yeah, he gets. But we knew that was happening anyway. Don't you remember when he was having sex with his? Yeah,
and then he ate it. Oh my god, this poor octopus! Leave them alone. But
octopus are cool too.
I will say.
What?
Did you just say octopus are cool?
Yeah, they are.
They are.
It's also appropriate to say either octopi or octopuses.
What about Octopussy?
That's a movie. It's a James Bond movie. No, it is Roger Moore, and it is the one where 007, in his undercover work, dangerous undercover work, becomes a clown.
$1 million, bitch.
That's
how much you got paid.
Anyway, so yeah, that was fucked up. But the thing is, Ashley and I both laughed way too hard at the part where the tentacle goes up his face and he swats it away.
Yes,
that was so funny. I was like, damn it,
that was great. That was great.
Trying to have this conversation.
Yeah, I'm balls deep in an octopus right now. You'll forgive me.
Is that what it looks like? It looks like you're fucking an octopus.
Yeah, we knew that. As soon as you saw his butt cheeks pressed up against
you knew it was going to happen. You knew he was going to fuck a fish at some point. But
yeah.
And again, I love that they go to that level just to shit on Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that they were like, okay, James Gunn, you can make the joke about him fucking fish. We're actually going to have our Aquaman fuck the fish.
I laughed out loud at the fucking Imagine footage. I laughed out fucking
Also, I
loud.
love, and I knew this was going to happen too because they specifically said everything that happened between the adults and animals.
Right.
It was consensual. I was like, oh my gosh, somebody's going to fuck something, and that's going to be. But as fucked up as that was, it was very funny when he swatted away the tentacle.
Yeah, that was great.
And we saw Termite again. He showed up and said, "Hey, what's going on?" And like patted him on the jacket.
No, but then at the end, he's like,
he
"Somebody help me!" Yeah,
by a Homelander. Amazing.
Just this show somehow has a way of saying to you, Yep, that's it. That's the most shocking thing you'll ever see, and you'll never be shocked again. And then in the next 10 minutes, I am like, you fucking shocked me again.
And then the way this episode ends with that fucking awesome fight between Butcher.
It ends with Starlight quitting.
I know, but the Homelander Soldier Boy Butcher fight was
good
dope.
Fucking fight, dude.
Like when he hits him with his blade, he's like, "What did you do? Scorched earth." And I'm like, "Yeah." And then they have that little laser beam fight with their eyes. I was like,
I don't know if you know, but you'll never be able to hear this any other way. But when Butcher says TH sounds, he's using the F sound. Do you notice that?
Yeah, that's his accent. Yeah,
right. I just wanted to make that clear to
there's
everybody.
some. I know what you're talking about because there's some.
You can see his
there's
mouth.
Some.
Scorched
You're
earth.
right. There's some British thing where they have the TH as an F.
Anyway.
This
Cockney.
The scene before that again, like his relationship with MM dissolving, it sucks because it's like when he's holding him with one hand, he's just like, you get to have Homelander, but I don't get Soldier Boy, and he's like, it's just not worth it, kind of thing. It sucks.
Yeah.
Also, that scene where he says, "You kill my family," and he goes, "Which one?" I'm like, oh, that's so racist.
Right.
Oof.
Dude, but no, let's not forget
the Bill.
That part, but let's not forget the movie clip, which was so fucking on brand. Like, I will never forget my Mujahideen brothers and sisters. And it's like,
Meanwhile, he's still
so the satire is so biting.
Anyway,
I have to get
we
a
totally
Hep C
forgot.
shot.
You talked about Frenchie and Kimiko. Kimiko gets kidnapped.
Yeah, they somehow get out of that somehow.
Frenchie gets tied up to a pole naked, and like he has to choose which one they're gonna kill between his old lover and Kimiko.
I would have chosen Cherie because I would want to start my life over with Kimiko.
Yeah, right.
Because honestly, Cherie got us into this fucking situation in the first place.
Yeah,
you piece of shit.
But like that fights, you forget that's in this episode because all this stuff happened with Herogasm.
It is fucking brutal.
There's so much.
He
keeps punching her in the ribs. Oh my god.
There's parts where
stop.
There's parts where you're watching the show where you're like, was that necessary?
And then when she just keeps stabbing him, I was watching it with Ashley. I'm like,
then it was like, well, yes, that's
great. But then I was at some point, I was like, well, I think he's dead.
Well, that's the thing is like, when it's the bad guy punching the fucking way smaller girl, yes, it's terrifying, and you're like, what is this really necessary? But then you see the little girl turn the tables on the bad guy, who was literally punching down.
And it's a really a
class.
Whoever plays Kimiko, she's great.
Karen Fukuhara, I think.
Yeah.
She was we talk about her a lot because I have a serious crush on her ever since I saw her in Suicide Squad.
She was Katana.
Yeah, a great actress, martial arts champion and stuff.
Yeah, and it's she. But I love that scene where she's like, "I always thought the V made me a monster, but I always was a monster." And like, it's sad, but it's.
But I told you, like, that's the most relatable relationship to me in the thing because I'm so broken, and I've been in a relationship with broken people.
Yeah, and it's not, and
this is more healthy than any of those relationships.
Yeah, and
despite
he's
murdering
actually
and
being
the
a
killing.
decent person trying to help her.
Yes,
and
she's naturally she's fallen in love. Look, let's be honest. I would fuck Frenchie. Okay, he's a good looking dude. Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wait. Whoa. Have we touched on pretty much everything? Because they have the fight with Homelander and Soldier Boy and all that.
We've touched
and then Starlight goes live and tells everything on her Instagram, and it's
what
like,
the
and
fuck
I
is gonna
fucking
happen
quit.
now? Yeah, what the fuck is gonna happen? Now, man?
I don't. But that's the thing is this show has really been amazing this season of really upping the ante and building the tension. Like even in the first 3 episodes, that conversation between Homelander and Butcher, where he's thinking about taking the V-24.
Yeah.
And he has that imaginary conversation where he's like, I just want to, just fucking rip you. Like in those, because Carl Urban and Andy Starr are so good as these characters, and it's so great to see them on screen together because they have a really good, they do such great chemistry of two people that really fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
And will kill each other. Like there's no there's no like jokey shit. There's no situation where they break through the wall and it's like
pew pew quip pew pew quip.
And
you know what that would be in?
I gotta give
movie.
I gotta give a big shout out to Jensen Ackles as
he's great.
I've never seen him in anything else. I know he was in Supernatural forever, but
my wife has a crush on him.
A lot of women do.
He's a good-looking guy.
It's that deep voice.
We need to get that as a drop, by the way. Good-looking dude.
It's that deep voice, though. I think.
Maybe. I think it's his face.
That's what gets me hard.
I think it's face, his body, everything.
Those also get me hard.
What? This took a turn. Calm down, Love Sausage.
Hold up there.
Love Sausage comes back with his penis.
Yeah. Love Sausage. I like that.
What?
And it's the fact that it's an uncircumcised penis just makes it look even uglier.
I hate the fact that like MM has to deal with it again.
And then he gets fucking jizz on him.
You recognize me?
Throwing ropes.
Do I recognize you?
Also, throwing ropes.
Oh God. Oh God.
This is the cum shot.
First he gets just a little bit of like maybe pussy juice or something.
Like lube or something.
Something on his jacket. Because clearly
fluid.
Clearly termite came out of somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. So some sort of bodily fluid. And he's like, "Oh man." And he opens the door
throwing ropes.
Wow.
I can tell you right now, it was literally just some guys in the crew with a bucket full of fake cum just whoop, throwing it on him.
I like to think that they somehow connected it to a hose.
Maybe.
So that they could hose him down with jizz.
Looks like it was a bucket. You know what I mean? Also, it's clearly like milk or something. Cause
mother's milk.
Do you want to know? You don't even want to know why he's called that in the comics. It's his mother's breast milk. That's what makes him.
Okay.
That's what makes him give him powers. Because in the book he has powers. It's like in the book he has comics. In the book he has powers.
In the comic he has books.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't wait, dude. Like I said, this is my favorite show on TV.
This is my favorite show.
This is my favorite show on TV.
The moment, one last thing. The moment when he explains to her about Soldier Boy in the car is really profound because it bonds them together, and they've been friendly together anyway, and they've had a good rapport, and they seem to be on the same page and kind of against everybody else. But that really just, I like how Starlight just doesn't give a shit. And I love how fucking strong she is. You know what I mean? Like, I like how she seems to be surprising herself with her own strength. And Mother's Milk MM is just trying. He's just trying to hold on by a thread, man. His fucking daughter has a stepdad who is clearly a QAnon 4chaner.
Yeah, that sucked. When I saw that, I was like, damn it.
I would have fucking beat the shit out of that guy, dude.
Again, the show is so good, it feels so real because it's such a good dark mirror of not even a dark.
And of course, it's a fucking milky toast white guy who's like, yeah, that makes sense.
He's the best.
Fucking shithead.
Yeah.
Fucking hate you guys. I hate you all.
Thanks.
Hey, what's in my mouth?
I love you all.
Can we do what's in my mouth real quick?
No.
We're not gonna do that bit.
I don't even. All right, fine, but we. Hey.
What's going on?
It's so long. What's it taste like, Tyler?
Salty or sweet?
What's in your mouth?
In my mouth right now is rage and frustration and anger.
Something
happened in our country yesterday that's going to have very far-reaching things. And whether you champion it or not, you might want to take a look at what's really going on before you go, yay! Okay. That's all.
Pizza time.
This is awkward.
Daddy, chill.
What the fuck?
And that's it.